All right, time to build us a cabin. No clue how I'm gonna do this. We're gonna give it a try though. That looks like a good cabin tree. So I got 1,000,000 pines on my property. I got a good amount of hardwoods, but not enough hardwoods. And the ones I do have are in a tougher area to get. And I got so many pines that are already starting to come down on their own. I said, man, let's go ahead and harvest some of these bad boys, skin them, let them season for a year, year and a half, and build me a cabin, a guest house, something. I don't know. I'm bored. I need something to do. Let's go. All right, so I was getting ready to break out Dottie and give her a little tug because she's leaning on that big boy up there. Actually, I think she's kind of leaning on 2 trees. And then I realized, you know, let's just get like a 2-fer or a 3-fer. So that big one right there, and it's leaning on, I just take that down and they both come down. I mean, like I tell my cousin Andy every time he's getting ready to go out with a redheaded hairstylist named Tiffany, I really don't see how it could go wrong. We're up to about 50 logs now, and I believe 50 usable logs, which should be all I need to do what I want to do. I may have to get more depending on how I do the roof, but you know, they all need to be seasoned about a year. So this winter, this should be a year, and if I have everything ready to roll, I can start notching and start erecting the site. At this point now, I'm skinning all these logs by hand, debarking them, using a draw knife. So I've gotten 11 so far. Took me, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 days to get these 11. It takes me a good, maybe a good hour to skin one log. It's work, man, but I enjoy it. It's it's tough, man, but I'm gonna try to just keep going and see what happens. I still have no idea if this project's gonna work out, but I just found it's good to keep me busy. Seems to help a lot of other things. So, cruising along. See you guys later. Ooh, making some more headway. We got, I don't know, 30 6 or 7 or 8 logs done now. These things are, man, this is tedious and brutal. And I mean, I remember when I started the first log, I never thought I'd get through 5 of them. But we're cruising along. All these have been done. It's kind of cool to see how they progress when you cut them. The day you debark them, they're kind of dark from all the moisture that's been under the bark. And then you see the ones next to it here, they dried for a couple of days more, they get lighter and lighter and lighter. And then over a few weeks, they start to darken up again from rain, a little bit of mold and everything starts growing on them. That's normal. What you're supposed to do is before you start, or even probably once again after you stack them as a house, you spray them or wash them with a mixture of water and chlorine, water and bleach, and get all that off, and then you treat them. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and realize I got another perfect log I'm using as a kind of a blockage for my driveway so people don't drive into the yard. For some reason, everybody wants to drive into my yard when they park, even though I got about 500 feet of driveway. So I'm gonna go pull that over, and I don't think it's been sitting on the ground too long, maybe throughout the winter, but in the summer, I guess, but hopefully it's not too messed up or rotted or anything. So I'm gonna check that out. So it looks like a pretty good straight log, I believe. A little hard to tell, but I think we'll make it work in a pinch. And logs are a premium, man. They're not easy to get over to that pile, and this one's pretty much ready to roll. So let me get her hitched up here. All right, think we got her. I don't know what this thing weighs, but I hope old Dottie can pull it. Yeah, piece of cake. Kick her into another gear here. Gotta get rid of that Chevy sticker, make this thing run better. Oh boy, that escalated quickly. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of work. I'm gonna chill out in this hammock and think about if I'm being a little over ambitious on this or not. You know what? No, actually, let me show you cats. Oh, the work I've done. So when I started, It was as thick as all that. And now we got us a nice little place to put the cabin. All right. Old Dottie got her workout today, man. She was moving shit she had no business moving, but we got it done. So here's all the logs I have skinned and chopped down and seasoned, and whew, man, 55 of these. I actually have about 60, but 55 that I'm certain are quite usable. Over there I got some telephone poles from my neighbor Chad. He had a bunch of them, and I'm actually going to use those as to box in the gravel foundation, since they're treated with all that crap. So they should last. That's the idea. Creosote, that's what they're treated with. So yeah, we really went to work over here. It came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. So this is where the old cabin's gonna be, the new cabin. So now we are laying down, I guess, the foundation parameter using telephone poles. They've been treated with creosote and whatever else, so they should hold up against rot. So I'm going to line up about a 30 by 30 box, fill that up with drainage gravel, sand, and then drainage gravel. Probably have some corrugated piping underneath the drainage gravel to get water, and I got really good flow that direction, so I shouldn't have any trouble with drainage going out the back. So we're making headway. I might start stacking these logs here in the next month. Who knows, man? This is never thought I'd get to this point. A little tractor Dottie, she's working her ass off, and we're gonna keep on going. See you guys in a bit. Hey, Merry Christmas, 2022, Christmas Day, Christmas evening now. So I'm actually finally starting to see what the cabin might look like. This is a really cool day. I didn't expect to do this. Well, I didn't expect to do any of this shit that I'm doing. So everything I'm doing is kind of a bonus. So I got the gravel put in a couple weeks ago. My neighbor Jerry came over, dropped 40 tons in here for me. So I got about 8 to 10 inches of gravel that really was able to help me level it out. So the gravel is pretty much level, even though the ground drops quite a bit going this way and towards the back, but that will be good for drainage. And he also gave me 9 boulders right there that I can use. And that's how the foundation is going to be. So what I'm going to do is I just came out this morning, and it took me all day, and I got these 2 logs up on here, and I'm actually going to notch them so that they kind of saddle over the logs, kind of like they would saddle over the they saddle over the rocks like they would over a log. And we're going to get those on there nice and good and level, and then we're going to start stacking them. So I never thought I'd get to this point. It's pretty big milestone for me. Even just when I decided to put the cabin over here and I cleared this area, shit, I didn't ever think I'd get all this brush cleared away, but just little by little, it's amazing what you can do with just a chainsaw, a little tractor, and just a little bit of hustle. So we're cruising along. Might take tomorrow, if the weather's good, I might spend out here all day and try to notch these logs, man. Maybe get a hole a whole row of logs up, or one level of logs, whatever you call it. That would be great. That would be a good day. All right, we'll see you guys then. All right, so here's what I've discovered. I jacked this side up to make everything level. It's really deceiving how much height you lose on a small grade over the span of, turns out to be 20 feet. So I would technically be able to notch both sides so that it could be level. If I did that, the front end would be almost on the ground. The rear end, I would have to jack it up, and if you can see right there, I piled some rocks up underneath that boulder, and that's just not going to be stable when I got, you know, 100,000 pounds sitting on the damn thing, or a fourth of that, I guess, maybe. I don't know what they're going to weigh. So I had to go find me a bigger rock, and I found a giant ass boulder way down there in the hollow. That was 4 hours ago, and I'm just now getting it close to the build site. This is it's been a job. Oh, we made it. It's on there. I don't know how long it took me. I didn't look at my watch, but it wasn't easy. I got it level, put my wire up there, put a level on it, and just about as level as it be, and level enough. That's the good thing about log cabin building is you're always going to hewn the log above it a little bit, so leveling a centimeter or two is not a problem. So we're good now. I am gonna have to certainly get another boulder for over here. The other one I saw down in the bottom should suffice, and that's gonna be probably another 4 to 6 hour job. So let's get started. Hey. So here's where we tried to come up this hill yesterday. Got the rock to about here. My tractor was about there, and no, that wasn't happening. That hill's, you slip on that hill when it's dry just walking up it. I thought maybe the tractor would be able to pull that rock up it, but that just wasn't happening. So you can see the path that the rock made. I dragged it about, it's probably a good 200 yards up to the power line, and then up the power line was a slightly less grade to my driveway, and then a good solid 250 yards back to the build site. Here is one stone, but it's not any bigger than the one I'm using now for that side. I really wish it was, because that'd be a hell of a lot easier to get. The other one I saw yesterday was as big, oof, maybe bigger, I hope not, than the one I spent 4 hours getting. Here it is. Luckily this is a dry creek most of the time. There's that bad boy. That is my nemesis for the day. So we're gonna try to conquer it. It might kick my ass. I might kick its ass. It's gonna be a battle for the ages. See how this goes. All right, good morning. Day 2. This bad boy is putting up a fight. I spent about 6 hours on it yesterday. It was lodged way deep in the dirt there. It took about an hour or so to get it out of that. Anyway, got it over to here. Was able to drag it. I cannot get it up this little, it's about a 3-4 foot jump right there. So I put some steel poles in front of it, maybe kind of act as rollers. So we're gonna get the strap around it, try it again. All right, let's get going on this thing. Good morning. It is Friday. I don't know what day it is. 30th, 29th? I don't know. So man, I need to start filming more stuff. All I keep showing you is like the next day or telling you what I got done. So it looks like I'm kind of in the same spot, but I'm not, because that big ass boulder I was fighting with, I finally got it up here. And I mean, I didn't think it was going to happen. There's probably about 10 times I was just about to throw in the towel, and then I would get it to move about an inch in the right direction, and then maybe 3 inches in the wrong direction. But we got it done. This thing is massive. I know video doesn't do it justice, but spent a total of 14.5 hours to get it from the little creek down there where we started. And again, I had to drag it all the way out to the main road, over to my driveway and back up. And I can only get it about going 10 feet at a time, and the weight of it would build up so much debris in front of it, it would just kind of wedge itself stuck. So then I'd have to get out and kind of get all the debris out and all kinds of things. But it's up here. Holy crap. Never thought that was gonna work. Getting it up onto there, I don't know if you guys could tell with it in time lapse or not, but I couldn't get this last. It was about 3 inches shy of getting it up on there using just the rock as a pivot. So I had to kind of put this thing on an angle with my leg, got it up, shoved that under it, that held it. Then I was able to use both of those rocks. Barely got her up here. And then I rolled it down, and it was definitely a little bit too far this way. So then I had to, if you guys kind of saw me walking each end back, that's because I couldn't push it. I was trying to push it, and there's no way it was going to scoot. Plus these concrete forms are probably not fully cured yet, so I didn't really want to push those left or right too hard. So I kind of had to walk each end. So I was trying to get to go that way more. So basically, to shorten this end, I walked it out without spinning it. Each time dropped it, brought the other one out to that, walked it back, and that shortened this end and lengthened that end. Well, you can't really shorten or lengthen an end, you just move one end from one side to the other. And when you're standing way back there, the thing does not look level. It's so deceiving the way the ground drops. But standing back here, it actually looks pretty level. Well, it is level. I've used a level. Unless my level's messed up, in which case gravity's not working right, and then we just got bigger problems than my cabin being level. So y'all think on that for a while. I'm gonna get this figured out. All right, so just getting it from where I dragged it to over to here was a fit. So I thought y'all might like to see my process to getting a 1,500 pound log, or whatever it weighs, about 3.5 feet up into the air. So it's all about the leverage, man, just bit by bit. Wouldn't mind having a little bit longer lever there, a little longer rock pole, but it's getting the job done. Just got to kind of take shorter cuts. So this is going to be the heaviest one. This is the thickest end of this log, of the biggest log. So if I already got it up onto a little log there, gonna try to get it up onto there, take one of these rocks, set it down as a pivot point for my pole, and get it up onto this. Then I might be able to have to stack 2 rocks to get it up onto the next one. It's gonna be tough, it's gonna be close. But and once we do that, the other end should be pretty easy. Oh my God. Oh, why was that hard? It's not gonna be good. Y'all ever see that movie Princess Bride? When Cary Elwes, whatever his name is, that actor who nobody knows if he's British or American, he got into that torture device, and they said it would just take, like, it was taking a certain amount of years off your life, or exerting however much life energy you had or something. I forget what it was, but every time I lift one of these logs, that's kind of how I feel. Like I use every muscle I got, hips, legs, back, arms, everything all at once. And after about 10 or 12 seconds, it's like it's like you just can't move. You just want to sit down. You just have to wait for your energy to come back. I guess I'm getting older because I don't remember that happening. Like back when I was in the gym doing deadlifts, man, I just grunt and sweat. Of course, I don't think I was lifting anything this heavy back then, but anyway, that's how I feel. Pardon my French. My goodness, we have got it up on the row logs. It is actually taking the shape of a cabin now. I haven't notched them yet. I was planning on it. This bad boy, this was my Everest, man. Right here. My nemesis for the day. Look how big that is. I'm told I have large hands, and my hands aren't half as big as the end of that log. So that thing is massive. Anyway, hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for coming along. Do I look worn out and old? I feel like it. But I've really enjoyed this process. This is the best I've felt in quite a long time. So I'm gonna keep on doing this. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hey, happy New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve 2022. Tomorrow is New Year's Day 2023. And we're gonna end this video here. Part 1 is done. It's been just about a year. I think I started this in the first part of January of this year. I came back from the road after a horrendous ice storm, snowstorm that we had. I had trees crushed on my house. 4 trees landed on my house, caused $60,000 worth of damage. So while all that was getting cleaned up and I was moving some trees, that's when I got the idea to start doing the cabin build. So it's been 1 year and we've gotten to this point. And when I first started, all this was just dense woods, just much like you see right there. And it's come a long way. So I think from now on, I should be able to get a video out every couple of weeks, I hope. Because that whole first part, getting 60 plus logs stacked and dried and skinned and cleared and everything, that was just so tedious. And even though you're doing quite a bit of work, you don't really see it. And in the last week, more looks like, you know, looks like I've made more progress than I did in the last year. But in reality, I've been making progress the whole time. So I should be back from the road. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. Should be back in 4, 5, 6 days. I don't know. And it looks like it's gonna be pretty decent weather for the next week. This is really crazy because 6 days ago it was in the single digits, and the last couple days it's been in the 60s. So good old Virginia weather. And we will see you guys then. Thanks for coming along. See you on the next one.